It's an enormous privilege and feel honoured to be a recipient of the scholarship.
I was thrilled. I was very surprised, but I'm excited for the opportunity.
It's a great kind of exclamation mark after the University of Queensland, because we do good work here. We do invest in research. I think that's a key to this.
I've spent the last decade or so investigating young children's invented song and their known song. So songs made by children and songs made for children. And I've examined the nature of those songs, the meaning and function of those songs in young children's lives, the way families use these songs as part of their parenting. Part of this project is to access the archives of the Smithsonian Institute and also the Library of Congress, where there are some collections of recorded songs dating back to the 1930s. We want to be able to look at the ways in which children's songmaking may have changed, what may be common elements, what changes from place to place as well as over time.
Coetzee's start academically in life was in the United States. So he went through a philosophical turn at Chicago, but this is not anything that anyone has studied before or really properly understood. Coetzee famously doesn't talk about his influences. He gives nothing away about his literary vision, and so it's entirely up to the scholar and the philologist to piece together the story, and I believe this is the only way to piece it together properly. But what I'm going to be doing is going to Chicago, interviewing members of the Committee on Social Thought, meeting some of his former students, and testing a hypothesis that I have, which is that Coetzee's writing changed as a result of these visits.
I'll be primarily based at Emory University in Atlanta, Georgia, working with Associate Professor Barry Brosey. He's done a lot of research kind of looking into this whole meta barcoding of pollen for insects. So essentially, instead of looking at pollen and counting and identifying the pollen under a microscope, we can now just give it to a machine to run. It looks at all the DNA within the pollen, and we can actually get an idea of what species of pollen makes up this mixture of pollen that bees are collecting. So kind of getting these really in-depth, detailed analyses of these pollen loads from the insects, we'll probably be able to get a better idea about what they're carrying, what pollen they're preferring, be it the crop pollen or the wildflower pollen. So it just gives us a bit of more fine-tuned details about how these pollinator plant networks are working in agricultural systems.